Hello, my crafty friends. This is Sandy, and the video today is going to walk us through my Turtley Awesome 11 card workshop. Thanks for coming and joining me to play. So if you got one of my kits, you've got a bunch of turtles and things that you're going to need to cut out. I did two of them for you with the dies. If you come over, you are welcome to use my Turtley Awesome dies to cut some of your turtles out, but a whole bunch of them you just have to scissor cut because they don't have a die for every single one of the turtles. All the sentiments I used are from the Turtley Awesome stamp set, which is here. So I've gone ahead and I've cut all of my guys out ahead of time. Next in your stack of goodness is a bunch of things that we're going to stamp. So I'm going to do all of my stamping off screen and pull them back on screen so that you can just follow along. Now, I want you to keep in mind that when you are stamping, you can do whatever words or sentiments you have in front of you to create these cards. It really doesn't have to be these exact sentiments. But what's funny and adorable is that they're turtles. And so it says, hope your birthday is turtly awesome. And then it's okay to take it slow. Those are just really cute turtle kind of sayings that you wouldn't necessarily have in your stash. But otherwise, obviously, you can use anything from your stash that you'd like to do. So I'm going to get all of these stamped and share with you. So these three got here for you always. These two got it's okay to take it slow. And I haven't attached this heart, but I wanted to place it so that I knew where, excuse me, where it was going to fall. So that my sentiment landed in the middle of that, what's going to be the shaker part. Then it's okay to take it slow here with the music notes in green above it. Happy birthday, or hope your birthday is totally awesome on one, two, three of these, all in black. And then I put sweet friend just above this one in the blue. Then sweet friend in black here. These two both have hooray, and then I did sweet friend kind of nesting in between the exclamation and the H on that one. So if you wanted your stamping to look just like mine, that's what I did for it. And so rather than actually assemble each one of these cards, I think you guys are going to be able to figure this one out. I'm just going to walk through them and not actually put them together. I want another set of these cards for myself, so I'm going to go ahead and make them. Let's do this. All right, so fold all 11 of your card bases in half. And this one, we're going to start by adding that fun green texture, the turtle texture to the card. And ooh, let's bring my sample in here. That's the card we're making right now. All right, then we need the striped piece to go about ooh, half of an inch up from the bottom. And then the black strip goes just underneath that. Then we're going to take that piece that we stamped that mine says it's okay to take it slow. And I'm going to put that right in the center of the card. Now I'm going to add some of this is the brand new gold shaker stars, and I think they're awesome. So I'm going to put my shaker elements on top of the words so that I know they're right in the middle. And I gave you one of these already prepared hearts using die cuts so that you can just peel back. You only want the plastic piece, the plastic clear piece attached to the heart-shaped foam. And we are going to place that, hopefully, so that the words are centered. And then we take our heart die cut And that goes right around that frame. All right, so there we have our shaker element part. And then I've pulled out the pieces that we're going to add. So you can use these cutout pieces, or you can just lay, I'm going to make my turtle lay flat and just off center him a little bit more. He's going to be mowing on a little piece of watermelon. Here you go, guy. Eat your watermelon. Then a flower down in this corner. A red bird kind of standing on top of the plastic next to It's Okay to Take It Slow. And then from my little gems, I'm using this green large guy here, right in the corner. That's it. There's card number one, done. So what I'm doing here is using my ink pad and just rubbing some ink over top of that embossed paper to make the embossed images pop a little more. Isn't that fun? All right, and then those are the first pieces that get attached to this card. I got green thumb making a mess. All right, so one here. And the other on this side. I should bring in my sample. You guys, I'm just going to bring the whole stack right in. All right, this is the card we're working on. So what we're going to do with this yellow piece is you're going to just tear a little bit off of each side. And I've given you enough that you have a little bit of extra tear room just in case you get a little frisky with it. Okay. So you want even green on both sides of that. Ooh, that's even-ish. All right, then we have our polka dot pieces. So we're going to put on the top and bottom, excuse me, in that yellow strip with the square in between them. We're going to take our two little green tabs and they're going to tuck right behind where it says sweet friend. And then we've got our dark green turtle that I cut for you. So he's got that little opening. You want him to be holding that ice cream. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of the ice cream cone and get that right up to his mouth. So it looks like he's just loving on his ice cream cone. Here you go, buddy. All right. Now you can use foam tape or lay him flat, whichever makes you happy. I'm going to add my chocolate cake right in here. He's going to be wearing a party hat right there. And then from our gems, I'm using the small two bluish colored ones right there. And that's our next card. Here are the pieces for our next card. We've got our little components. This is the other guy that has his little arm already pre-cut for you. You're welcome. That die cut's so cute. So I've taken this piece and I've used my sandpaper block and I've rubbed the papers to reveal that fun uh, turtley shell. And that's going on the front of my card. Then I've got two of these polka dot pieces that I'm going to put evenly spaced left and right and near the edge. Both top and bottom. Then this diagonal stripe piece gets butted right up to that bottom polka dot. And this blue one, which this one I added a little frame to, I put this evenly spaced between so that you got even green showing on both. You do you, whatever makes you happy. All right, this one I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the ball, and I'm going to have him holding that ball. Again, if you want, you can foam tape or just lay him flat, whichever makes you happy. Add a little castle, a little singing castle, and crabby guy right down in here. And then from our gems, I'm using the small blue ones that you have left. And I have not as much space there, so I'm going to put them up here this time. All right. Fun, right? All right, we're going to do a birthday one next. Grab your little drummer boy. I have added the green and the polka dot to the card front. I've added that striped piece along the edge, or not quite along the edge. I've left about 1/8 of an inch yellow showing, and that's just attached right to that yellow page. Now I'm going to take some red ink and run it right or green or whatever. Oh, I think I used black. I'm going to use the black. And I'm just going to rub some black ink right over top of that little red piece. And now we can do our assembly here. We're going to do the blue piece first. Oh, black piece first. I lied, sorry. The black piece goes about 1/4 of an inch in on the corners there. Then our blue piece is going to come down about 1/4 of an inch. So it lands about there. Then we're going to take that red piece that we just inked, and we want that to go kind of under where it says Turtley Awesome. Add this strip so that you can see red on both sides. So you know that that red's on the top and the bottom there. And then we're going to add our little drummer boy. Foam him up if you want. Add some tape to pop him. And I'm going to put a little red party hat on him. And I'm tucking that behind his head because I really want his cute hair to pop out in front of his hat. So that, oh, and a gem. This is the lighter of the blues, just one big one in the corner. So that green just gets centered right on there. Now, if you wanted to, you could sand this or add some ink to it. I left it plain. I figured some of them would be nice just to leave kind of ordinary. You decide whatever makes you happy. I'm going to put this along the bottom of the card with this strip, like 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom, 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom, with my cute little bird tucked right down in here. Then it's okay to take it slow. I've already laid on top of that blue piece, and I want that framed in that green space with my little banjo guy singing to us. And then we need the large, lightest colored gems for this card. Love it. Oh, this one's having a birthday. First thing I did with this one is added those two pieces to the card front or card base. And then we've got this black frame. Now it's a little bit too wide. You want it to cover up the middle section where those two pieces meet, but you will need to flip it over and do just a little bit of trimming, at least on one side. It's like just a hair bit too wide. All right, so then I rubbed ink over top of this one in my sample. So you can do that, or I'm just going to leave it plain on this one. And that goes right in the middle of the black with our Hope Your Birthday is Turtley Awesome. Right side up. Right in that space. Now we've got this guy who's already holding his ice cream. He comes like that. We want him down in the corner here wearing his hat. He's got his party hat. And then we are using the two darker colored greens as accents on this one. Love it. On my sample, I sanded the background. On this one, I'm just going to leave it plain. And on this piece, I'm going to do a little bit of tearing at a bit of a diagonal on both sides. And then this piece, you want it evenly spaced-ish, left and right, and evenly spaced top and bottom. Then we've got our chef here who made us this beautiful cake. Look at our beautiful cake. Thanks, Guy. Hope Your Birthday is Totally Awesome is going about a half of an inch up from the bottom, leveled with the right edge. Add the music notes just a little bit above that. And then we'll come in with this green tab right next to there. So they're all lined up. We've got our little blue party hat. Where'd he go? That we're going to put right in here. And then we've got the lighter colored large blue gem that I'm putting right in the corner there. Don't forget your ice cream. A little ice cream to go with your birthday cake. Ta-da! We're going to work on Hooray with our big bike next. First, the green goes down, and then you're going to put the yellow on there with an even frame around the sides there. And then this piece will butt right up there. So you should have a nice even frame of green around the edges. I'm going to give a little swipe of ink here. All right, so our red base is coming a half inch in and a half inch down. Maybe a little bit more. You'd want to have it come over and overlap some of that yellow. Then the word hooray is going up close to the left corner of that. And hopefully you won't do a smudgy mark like I just did. I think I'm going to grab a blending brush and make it look like I did that on purpose. Yeah, yeah, totally meant to do that. Look at that. All right, get our little bicycle in there. Isn't he so cute? The bird, our little yellow bird here so he can help us celebrate. Hooray. A little flower underneath. And then I'm using the two small gems that we have left that are kind of clearish up in that corner. Slight variation, but pretty close. All right, here's our next one. So to start this one off, we've got our yellow base attached to the card with a frame around the edge with the stripe and the green. We're going to take this red one, I did sand that one so that it would reveal some of the white core. I want this 3/4 of an inch over and 3/4 of an inch up from the green. So it's kind of just hovering there. Then we're going to add Sweet Friend. And that one we want, I'm lining it up to the edge of the white and dropping it down. And then we've got our green that goes next. Same deal, line it up. You don't want to cover up any of your word Sweet Friend there, so you might have to move it over a little bit depending on how you stamped. And then the yellow one is going to go right in the middle of all of that. Then we've got our flower, our honey guy. Look at our cute little honey guy. And a picnic basket. And then our last green gem is going to go right in here. So with this card, I don't have another red bird, but I have a yellow bird. So I'm going to use my yellow bird. Hopefully you had all the right color birds. So the green and the stripe go on the card front. And then we're going to start with our Here For You Always sentiment. And that goes about 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom. The blue one, I ran some ink over it to give us our texture. And that is overlapping the white. Then we're going to add our green, which is going to overlap the white and the blue. Make sure you can still read your Here For You Always sentiment and try to keep it straight. Then we've got the yellow tab that overlaps the blue and the green. A little gem in the middle there. Boom. We've got our guy with his binoculars. Silly man, the bird is right on your binoculars. And actually, this is kind of cute because then there's another yellow bird down here. Hooray! And we're on to our last card, my friends. All right, so here we're centering our green, and then we're going to take the Here For You Always. You want all 4 corners to hang off the edge. You want the corner to be covered up by the yellow. And don't give yourself, it doesn't want it, you don't want it to be any higher than 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to make mine be about a 1 inch space from here to there. And then I'm going to take this piece and line it up right here. And then flip this over, use your scissors and trim that excess right off. So this is the old kind of Stampin' Up! Cardstock. It's not two-tone, so you can't sand it, but if you wanted to ink it, you could. And that's going at the top, flush to the top. Then I'm adding the green and the yellow overlapping both of those. And then I'll add my gem. Should be the last gem in your collection there. Add my little Here For You Always, or a flower above Here For You Always. Right in there. And I have 1 extra flower. So if you want, if you've got an extra flower, you can go back and do that. So on this one, I left, let's bring this up close so you can see. On this one, I left the water, and on this one, I cut the water off. So just two different looks to the same card. You decide which one you like better. I hope this was fun for you. It certainly was fun for me. I think these turtles are amazing. Thanks for watching and hopefully for playing along. I'd love for you to comment. Thanks for watching.